Hi guys, hello everyone. My name is Oluwayemisi Onipinde, and I have here with me my friend. She came to greet me. She came to say hi to me in my house, and we just decided that we should do something in Raf to See Studios. You already know Raf to See, and this is my friend Abigail. Abigail, introduce
Hi
yourself.
guys, I'm Abigail, mom, a wife.
Yeah. Tight
I just decided to take a visit. I'm a first-time mom, and
Yeah.
one of those things that's kept me going and is still keeping me going is sometimes let me just take a walk, go to the supermarket,
Yeah.
visit my friends so I won't be bored
Yeah,
because it can be so tiring at times. So I decided to take a visit today too.
that's very important. So she has moved to my neighborhood about 3 months ago,
Yeah.
and this is the first time she's coming to visit me. This calls for celebration, actually.
It
So
does.
thank you for coming. That you decided to grace me with your presence. It's a big honor. Madam Abigail. So this session is a very unplanned, unscripted session. So anyhow it goes, you guys should just take it like that. Actually, we've been friends in secondary school. Yeah. We're schoolmates in secondary school back in Nigeria. We went to the same secondary school. Although we're not that close at that time. I mean, but we knew each other, just high friends and all that. But one day I was in the library here at the University of Hull.
Yeah.
So that was where we jam.
I went to read. You also went there to study.
Yeah, we
And I
went to
just
study
looked
as
up, I was
per
like,
serious students.
that we were.
Oh, that year was not easy.
It wasn't easy, honestly.
God,
I didn't
abeg.
know I'll be able to,
Hmm.
study
And I
so
even-
hard.
Me that even felt pregnant with studies, it was not easy.
No, it wasn't.
Well,
I just looked up. She was okay. I was coming from the library, and you were going upstairs.
Yes, I was going upstairs.
So I just looked up. I was like, "Wait, is this not Yemisi?"
Now me first see you now. Now me first see you. Now me.
But you didn't call
No,
me.
I think we jammed. We shall jam somehow. As in, I think you saw me and I saw you, and maybe you didn't really look at me. You were not really sure, but I was. We just had to look back at the same time.
And, it was
I think I
at the same
know
time
this
you looked-
face. Yeah, I think I know this face. So we're like, what are you doing here?
I was really happy that was my
Yeah.
first time of meeting someone from
You
Nigeria,
know.
like someone from my second. Like we finished from the same secondary school.
Yeah.
I was really happy, and that was how it all started.
Yes.
Since
So
then,
I mean, here in the UK, we all need each other. So
Yeah.
I mean, you need people, to get close to support you and all that. So that was how we became very close friends. So you see how life can be funny at times. I mean, we've known each other since secondary school, but not like we were communicating. Everybody had gone their different ways back then in secondary school, and life has brought us back together again, and here we are. The answer to that question is obvious,
it's
though.
so obvious.
But I think the answer to the question is quite obvious, but just tell us.
Obviously, for greener pastures.
Yeah.
Because then everyone was just like, is there still hope in this country?
As in,
Is there still hope in this country? And myself and my husband, we just decided, okay, we need to take this step. And it is something that we've never regretted.
Yeah.
We did not regret that action. It hasn't been rosy like that, but then you can still say there's still a difference between now and while we're still in Nigeria.
Yeah. All right. Just to take you back a little, my director, Rafters Studios, said we should mention the name of the secondary school. So we both went to African Church Grammar School. So
popularly known as
Afrograms. And the haters back then, they will say we are Afro Romugari, but they are just haters. Don't listen to them.
Don't listen to them. They are also jealous, especially our screen uniform.
What? I remember that back then because in my neighborhood, I was the only one going to that school back then. So when I'm all dressed, because our uniform is all
Always
white,
white. Yes.
your tennis is white, uniform is white. So they're always jealous and looking at me. See the way she's looking like Angel. They're always jealous. So they want to be hating. Haters will hate now.
Yeah.
Normal level. But it's African Church Grammar School is one of like the most
One
like
of the best
one of the best schools,
especially
secondary
in
school.
Abeokuta.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's like
African
it's a
Grammar School is from is in what's the name of this place? What's the name of that place again? Sorry, I've
it's
forgotten.
Ayalode.
It's Ayalode, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the school is like a private school, but it's a public
It's
school.
a
It's a
public
government
school,
school.
yeah.
But we are always people always look at us like a private school student. So you can, if you grew up in Abeokuta or you stayed in Abeokuta, you will know what I'm talking about. So we are proud Afrograms
Yeah.
products. Mr. Ade show you that year.
Oh my god.
Don't let us go there. That one is another topic.
Another topic entirely.
Another topic.
We'll come back to that maybe next time.
Yeah. So, well, I think like you said about what made you come to the UK, it's also the same thing for myself and my husband. We just thought, I mean, the way things are in this country, it gets as it be,
Honestly, like it's
And-
not getting better.
at all, at
Yeah.
all. So I'm also glad we took that step. We really did, because I cannot imagine what it would have been right now. So it was just God that did it. I always make the way our own processing, the way everything worked out, it's always like a testimony for me because everything was just falling in place. At some points when I'm worried that, okay, will this work out? Will that work out? Where I was working back then, I didn't want them to tell them that I was coming to the UK or
Okay.
anything. So at the time, I wanted to go and submit for passport, I mean, to get the visa. So I didn't know how I would take the excuse from school because it was during our examination time. And during the
Okay.
examination, because I was working in a school, I was a teacher back then in Nigeria. So I was like, what would I tell them? Because during examination, you can't take excuse, you have to invigilate. So if it were a normal school time, you would be able to tell your colleague to cover for you for that day or just call in sick. But during exam, it's hard for you to call in sick. But to God be the glory. It just happened that we didn't have to go during the school time. It was after school term. We were able to fix a time to submit our parcel. And even when we had to go and collect, it just worked so well for us that we know that, okay, this thing, we are going in the right path. God is going with us and it's the best decision for us to take. So I think it's just the main thing is just for a greener pasture.
Yeah, and
basically.
I also feel that as far as I'm concerned, it is God's plan because I already there's this prayer point that God, if this is not what you want for me,
Yeah.
don't let it work out. And each step that we took, everything was just working. Everything was just working out for us. So
Yeah.
I feel yes, this is what God wants for us. Prior to us even processing United Kingdom,
Yeah.
my husband was just like, should we go to Canada? Or so there was this back and forth, before we now concluded, okay, we are going to UK. And since we've started, God has been there for us, right from picking of schools. Initially, I wanted to go to Scotland. There is this course I wanted to study that time. So it's a 2-year program. But I don't know, my brother just advised me that let's just go for a year program. And we went for it at the University of Hull. And the reason why I also considered Hull was because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
And I think it's still very cheap at the moment.
Yeah, sure.
So, and I considered it. And everything the whole process just went so smooth. And that was it. And here we are. We didn't regret it.
That's all.
And there is this thing I used to tell people. Don't listen to the bad things that people are saying about moving abroad. Is very hard, is this, is that. Then if you are focused and if you really want what you are doing, my dear sisters and brother, you won't regret that action.
At the end of the day, it's hard everywhere.
It is.
It's hard everywhere. So choose your heart. Choose your heart. Either Niger heart or UK heart. Choose your
It's
heart.
hard. It's not as if you won't work, because the way some people picture it in Nigeria is that maybe there is one tree that is growing this thing that you just go and pluck money. No,
Yeah.
it's not that rosy. But then, as
The
my
only
friend
thing that is favoring us here is that the exchange rate of
Mm-hmm.
you sending money back to Nigeria,
Yeah.
it's favorable.
It's
So
favorable. Yeah.
yeah, so that's one of the things, and that's why they think we are picking money from tree. But
And
at the
another
end
thing
of
is
the
that
day,
in this place you work and you get value for what you worked
yes,
for.
yes, yes.
Compared to, I'm not saying it's not so in Nigeria. There are some places that you work,
Mm.
but then to collect your salary, you have to come and be kneeling
Mm-hmm.
and be begging for what you've worked for. But
Mm.
it's not so here. Once you work, at the end of the, maybe if you are collecting your money weekly or monthly, you know that, or every 4 weeks, right? You
Yeah,
know that your money is coming. You are not
yeah,
begging any boss or
yeah,
anything. You
yeah.
already know,
I am very
which
big
is
on that.
one thing I really appreciate about this country.
Yeah, yeah, and that's to the fact that we are not even getting any benefits from the government, but
And we are
we are
surviving.
fine.
Yeah.
We are fine. So we give thanks to God for how far He has brought us. So it's really something. When we look back, we are happy about that. We took that decision to come over to the UK. Ha. Big. How do I want to measure big? Like,
Oh my god.
well, the difference is big,
Yeah.
but one thing also is that in Nigeria,
Yeah.
I gave birth to my first child in a private hospital.
Okay.
So there was a bit of pampering too.
In
But
Nigeria.
here, yes, in
Okay.
Nigeria, if it is when you use all those government health care, they will show you, they will tell you I was not there.
When you were doing it, was sweetening you.
Those matron, they are not nice. They don't fear
Oh
God.
my god.
But I deliver, even the matron at the hospital where I deliver, we still chat till today.
Oh,
Yeah, she still has my
bless
number,
her.
so we chat sometimes. I post pictures. When I had my second baby, she was like, "Oh, congratulations," and all that.
Yeah.
So they were really nice at the hospital because it was a
Okay.
private hospital.
Okay.
That's Saffron Hospital in Abuja.
Oh.
So they were really nice people. The doctor was also nice. It was just doctor on call. The owner of the hospital is nice, but that doctor on call that admitted me when I was in labor, that doctor is not a nice
Oh
person.
my god.
I don't remember his name,
That
so I
was
will
the
not mention
gladdest.
his name. But the owner of the hospital, Saffron Hospital, is a really nice person. And the experience back then was very funny because at that time when I started antenatal, my husband
Okay.
had health insurance, but they said there was issues with his health insurance. They were trying to, do this, do that, and because of that, I had to be using private hospital for my
Okay.
antenatal. And the antenatal was not even like maybe you have to come or you dance or you do this. I didn't do any of that. I did not do any of.
Another thing that I really appreciated about this place is that your antenatal is just one on one.
It's one on
You don't
one.
have to go in group and say,
Exactly, that was
there's
the
this song that
experience.
they used to
It was.
sing
It's not a
and all.
Yeah, it's not. It was not a compulsory thing for you to go for
Yeah.
antenatal. Though I went on a few days that I knew I could, but it was not every time, and it was not compulsory. So it was not that you will go, you will dance, you will start doing this one, they will be
Mm-hmm.
talking. No, that was not my experience in Nigeria. I just go for checkup on my antenatal day. I go for checkup. They check
Okay.
me, and that's it. So at that time, I was, paying for antenatal and all that, and it was supposed to be on my husband's health insurance.
Okay.
So at the time the health insurance thing was now cleared, it was close to, I was already like 8 months pregnant, then going to 9 months.
Okay.
It was on my last day of antenatal at Saffron Hospital. That was when I told them, okay, I won't be coming for antenatal here anymore. I'll be going to um the insurance hospital or something. That was it was a government hospital in
All
Maitama.
right.
In Maitama. Yeah, I'll mention the name. And
Matama in Abuja.
yes, in
Okay.
Abuja. So when I took my transfer papers on that day, on that Thursday, I went home, did shopping and all that. I just knew I had this kind of very funny energy, on that day. I was just doing everything, cooking, this one, that one, that one. And at night, when I said, okay, I was about to go and sleep. I just said, let me get up and go and get something. That was when I heard something. My water broke that day. My water broke. And me and my husband, when my husband was already even sleeping, so I had to wake him up, and I'm like, and he was like, okay, sit down. Each time I sit down and I try to stand up, water keeps coming out. Everywhere was soaked. What will we do? What will we do?
Hmm.
And
First time.
my own first time. My parents live in Ogun State. My husband's parents live in Osun State, so none of them were close to us. So we had to call our pastor's wife, who had
Okay.
experience, to come over. So she went with us to the hospital. Bless her, Dickness Shaba. God
Okay.
bless you wherever you are. Because I can never forget the experience I had, what she did for me that day throughout the time I was at the hospital. So we then went to Maitama Hospital to say, oh, I was supposed to come for antenatal here. Mind you, I still have about 1 month to my delivery date.
Okay.
So I told them, okay, I have a transfer. My document is here. I have my transfer letter here from the initial hospital. At the end of the day, my Tama said they cannot admit me. They don't have bed space. They don't have anything and all that. So we had to move from my Tama, and my water had broken at
Broken
that time.
already.
So we had to go from my Tama back to Saffron Hospital.
Okay.
So they admitted me and all that. So that experience alone, because it's our first time, and
Hmm.
these people's attitude was so lackadaisical, and I'm like, can you imagine? I mean, my water has broken already. Even if you think there is no issue, the way you reassure me, at least you show some concern and
Yeah.
let me know. Your reassurance will make me know that okay, there is really no issue. But the way
Because
they
at
were
that
just,
point, you need so much reassurance,
as in,
so much care.
but the experience I got,
It was really
no,
bad.
it was not nice at all. So I was even thankful that I did not even do my antenatal at a government hospital, because government hospitals in Nigeria, you hardly find one that you have a good experience. So my experience here in the
Coming to
UK,
UK.
no, it's the pamper, the everything, the checks, they are always checking, always checking. If you feel anything, just call them, they will check. Then they cannot tell you, oh, there is no issue, but they are always checking. When they did my blood group, they were like, oh, my husband has to come around because my blood type is rare and all that. So they had to do, when they even called us, we were scared that, what is happening? Kilo shele. But then when we got there, we just, when my husband's blood group was okay for me, they were like, okay, they don't have any concern. But at
Okay.
that point, they were like, if the baby has any issue, that they might need to advise us maybe to flush out the baby and all.
Hmm.
That kind of care. Before you have the baby, you've already been informed. It's not for you to take your decision. Those things you
Yeah.
don't get it in
You don't
Nigeria.
get it.
So
Hmm.
it's just the care is way better here. It's really way better. So you just can
It's not easy. You can't compare it,
you
right?
can't compare it.
Hmm.
And to think you're even not even paying for it, but well,
But in
technically
a way, we paid for it
in
now.
a way, but do you think it will be up to the care? I don't think how much care they've given us is up to what we are paying. I know we're paying for health insurance, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's really up to. They are really good. And when you now deliver, you have the experience now. Are you right? I'm just
Are
coming
you
to check
okay?
you. I just want to check the baby. Oh, God, leave me alone. I want to sleep. So the care is. So tell me, how was your own experience?
Well, actually, I don't really like talking about my pregnancy. Okay, I can talk about my pregnancy, but when it comes to the experience I had while giving birth, I don't like talking about it because
No,
it was not what I expected
no.
that happened. But then the whole pregnancy period and all the care, oh my God,
Yeah, yeah,
it was awesome. And another thing that I noticed is that there is no they don't take any complaint with levity.
yeah.
I remember that time it was I think it was around 38 weeks thereabout. Is it 38 weeks? Yeah, because my baby came 40 weeks 4 days. So it was 38 weeks, and I went for my midwife appointment, and she asked me about the baby movement. I told her that the baby is no longer moving the way he used to move. Immediately,
Yeah.
she said, I'm going to Oria Infirmary. She called them that particular day. In fact, I went to thinking that it's not something that it's not going to be a serious thing. They had to call me that particular day that I must come to Oria. They did their checks and all. There's this, I've forgotten the name of this thing that they will place you on that machine
Yeah,
until that
yeah.
thing turned green. Is it green or purple before they can leave you? They did that check. So ever since that day that I complained, they were checking me every blessed day till I gave birth to Nathan. So the care is no.
Yeah.
They really try when it comes. They don't take any of your complaint with levity. Any
Mind you, they
yeah.
don't have a perfect system.
Yeah, it's not perfect.
I
Especially
remember
when emergency. I remember my first trimester, it was war. I
I had
wasn't
that.
drinking, I wasn't eating, I wasn't taking, so I didn't have strength. So that day, my husband had to call emergency and we're referred to, it's not brown soup. Thinking that when we get there, they'll quickly attend to us. We got
Na
there
lie.
around 5 o'clock. We left in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. You can imagine, we said it's emergency. So it's not as if it's perfect.
It's
But
not
then when
perfect.
they are attending, when it's eventually your time and they are attending to you, they will give you utmost care, which is something
Yes,
I like about it.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. They will give you that. When in my first trimester as well, like, that was the reason why I said it's not a perfect I mean system.
System, yeah.
So I had that issue too. I mean, I wasn't eating well, and because I wasn't eating, I mean, I was like literally down, dizzy,
Yeah.
and all that. So I had to just go to the A&E, and they said, okay, my like everything is low, so they had to give me water. So they had to
Yeah.
give me drip.
Drip, yeah, drip. Oh.
I took drip for overnight,
Mhm.
sitting on the chair.
Sitting.
Yes,
Oh, that was the baddest. Mine,
sitting on the chair.
there was bed
There
that
was
night.
no bed to admit me. It was the
Probably
following
everywhere was
day.
filled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a well, I wouldn't really blame them. It's just because there is so much people and the resources is not enough to cater for everybody. So it's not a perfect system, but like she said, they give you the utmost care when they attend to you. So
Sure.
yeah.
First time mom, well, there is this sense of enjoy. There is this it's overwhelming, it's
Mhm.
exhausting, but then there's this happiness from within when I see
Yeah.
my baby smile that, oh,
Yeah.
I'm able to. This child came from this little tummy.
Yeah.
It's exhausting, especially the sleepless night, the constant waking up to feed the baby and
Mhm.
all. It's really
Mhm.
overwhelming, but it's really worth it at the end of the day
Yeah.
because it's a phase. So I really need to face it because it's a phase I am at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So motherhood
Yeah.
has not been easy.
No.
It's a lot. It's a lot, and let me say I'm lucky because um I was able to invite my mother-in-law, which has been, in fact, she really helped me a lot when it comes to taking care of the baby, cooking and all. So all I was doing while I was giving was just to feed the baby, eat and sleep, feed the baby. And I wasn't going out. As you can see that I am glowing. Actually, she just left. So this has not been really been easy. I think
Yeah.
this is my first outing after she left because I don't used to go out. Most of my friends, they used to come to my place to visit me. She has been to my place when we nearly moved to this her area. So after she left, so reality sets in. I realized that,
As in
wow.
the big reality.
And I remember that time when I wanted to leave the hospital, my midwife told me something. She said, when you see someone that wants to offer help, just allow them.
Yeah.
Because I'm this kind of person that is always shy. Even when I need that help, I will tell you, don't
Mm-hmm.
worry.
True.
But my mother-in-law, she knows me very well. So when I say, mom, don't worry, she said, no, I need to do it for you. You need it, you need the help, all the help you need at this moment. So now that she has left, I know that, yeah, this woman has really tried for me. It hasn't been easy. But then one thing about me is that after she left, I realized that I can't do all the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do all the household chores and I can't
At
finish
all.
it. So I've started taking it one step at a time.
At
That's what
all.
I do. That's what has been helping me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just told her this morning before she came, when she called me that, oh, she will soon be on her way. And she was like, oh, are you sleeping? I said, yes, so I'm sleeping. Oh. Because I've been awake. I've been awake since morning, since around 8 a.m. And I've just been moving from one house chores to the other. And my baby has been helping me to make sure that the house chores doesn't stop. So at some point, I just had to say, you know what? I'm going to take a nap,
Yeah.
sleep, then wake up and go back and finish the work. Sometimes it's better to just finish what you want to do all at once, but there are sometimes the work no they finish. They finish.
I remember the advice that people used to give me that, hey, Abigail, when your baby is sleeping, sleep. Honestly,
Omo, no be
that thing
everything.
doesn't work
You
for
know
me.
they work.
It doesn't work for me.
Because that's
People,
why he wants to do something while he's sleeping. He wants to do this, that. So
yeah,
when
it's not working for me. I don't know if it is working for some people, but when they say sleep while the baby is sleeping, it doesn't work for
it's
me.
not every time. Sometimes it might work, maybe. Why not? It's not every time it works that
Well, but
way.
then to me, rest can be at times. Maybe just take my phone and be scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, and all. That
Yeah.
can be rest for me.
Mm.
Everything at times doesn't mean I have to sleep, because
So
even when I have the time, even when my husband is offering to help to carry the baby and say, okay, let me sleep, the sleep will not come. But scrolling to my phone, checking Instagram, checking what is online can be rest for me. Might
at
not be for
least
some
that you
people,
are
but
relaxed.
I'm relaxed.
You
Yeah,
are relaxed. You're not carrying baby. You are relaxed, but motherhood.
motherhood.
I have 2 kids, and I'm still saying I want to go one more time to have three. So it's an enjoyable experience.
It
Just it's
is.
an enjoy. It will be stressful, but it's enjoyable as well. We've had our four parents gone through this process, and they came out fine. So we're gonna be fine.
So it was after giving birth I realized that my mom has really tried.
Yes, so
Because I just feel like, is this what my mom has gone through? And it's not even shown in her face.
as in
My mom is always looking very strong, and oh, I didn't know that this is what she has gone
but
through.
did you know that our parents let me not general my own parents they didn't my mom did not prepare me for this phase.
Nobody prepared me for this.
Nobody, like you just realize that you are easing into the process, and that's one thing too that has really helped me as a mom. I just find myself easing into the process. One person, I stress with you. Wetin I go come do? I go do and I not get choice. So I just find myself easing into the whole tight, busy schedules and everything. I just ease into it. Me growing up, I was the last born of my family, so
Okay.
most times my brothers when they give birth, it's either I'm in school or just off. I didn't really stay at home. I'm always everywhere. So it's not as if maybe when I was with them, maybe I've had experience carrying baby, bathing baby. When I had my second child, I was because they delayed us a bit at the hospital, and they insisted that only one person can stay with me. My mother-in-law was around at that time, but she was staying with my first child at home. So my husband was the one coming in and going. So I was bathing for my baby at the hospital. I bath for her at
Your
one
firstborn.
day. No, my second.
In the hospital here.
Yes, yes.
Because I think I spent about 6 or 7 days and we're not allowed. The only thing we're able to do was to use wipes to wipe the baby's body.
Yeah, it's wipes like some
Oh,
people cannot even. I was wiping her. I would take her to the bathroom, wipe her,
wipe
clean
her.
her
Oh.
up, and all that. Even when I go
Because when
back
you give
home,
birth here in the UK, you can't beat the baby.
yeah, especially during maybe winter or
Yeah, you
something.
can't
Yeah,
beat the baby
yeah,
until even when you get home, they advise that maybe you alternate days
yes,
or
yes,
2 or 3 times, 3 times a week.
yes,
Yeah, that's what
yes,
they
yeah.
suggest.
At
Yeah.
least not every day. Not
Not
that
every day.
because back in Nigeria you would do morning and night. No, because the
Nigerian moms, they
weather.
left the group because I remember when I was in Nigeria, your baby, you bathe in the morning and in the evening. In the
Yes,
morning and in
man.
the evening. With
Yes.
this their powder. When my mother-in-law came here, we want to put all this powder, rub it on my baby's body. I said, oh God, I beg.
God, I beg. Yeah, in Nigeria, morning, nights go bath, but
Yes, na morning
here,
and night, but here.
no, bath one day. The second day, I'll wipe her. The third day, she'll bath again.
Yeah.
Then 2 days later, it's just
That's
that's
what I
how we.
also do for Nathan.
So
Firstly, what I would say is that my first 3 or 4 months in this country, I wasn't working and we were spending. My God, at times
spending.
I would just be in the room and I would be crying
Yeah.
because okay, bless him, our uncle, Doctor Alabi.
Hey, shout out to Dr.
Shout out Dr.
Alabi.
Alabi and Mrs. Alabi.
Yes,
Oh my
so
God. Oh, they are very nice people. They accommodated us. And I can remember the wife is always advising me that, see, it's not always rosy from the beginning. You
yeah.
just have to take your time. doctor will tell you, will push me to download Indeed, download and track this thing,
Mm-hmm.
that one, this thing to apply. I was applying for jobs and I received a lot of unfortunate. You see all those unfortunate messages. Each time I open my mail and I receive it like this, is one
Just
cry for that day.
uh,
One, and I remember that time I will apply for nothing less than 30 to 40 jobs. So for like 4 months, you know what it means for you to be spending pounds in this country, converting, yes, we brought naira from Nigeria, we're converting naira to pounds and we're spending it, and nothing, no job was not forthcoming.
mm,
So it was a bad experience for me. I had to call my husband. I said it wasn't this bad when we were in Nigeria.
yeah.
I think we need to go back to Nigeria because we are almost, yes, we've almost exhausted all the money we brought. But I think after the third, was not okay. My husband came November, and okay, yeah, December we got a job. It was okay. The second month, my husband got his own job, and we're managing. And so that job of a thing was one of the things that said, okay, I think I need to go back to Nigeria because this is not working. Yeah.
Mm,
So another thing is when I started going for lectures,
mm,
the way we're being taught in Nigeria is quite different from the way
true.
they are teaching us here in UK. Yeah, the way we answer questions is quite different. You know, in Nigeria, you read it, you go and give it back to them. No, but in here, like you have to answer it like you have to understand what you want to answer. Like critical thinking, you have to think before you answer those questions. So it's quite different from. I remember my first assignment. I can't remember that course again. That first assignment, when I saw my score, when I saw the comments on it, you know, in this place you can challenge your, what's it called, your lecturer. I have to write back to him that I sent a mail to him that I said I don't like that comment because I took in, I wasn't working, I wasn't doing anything. The only thing I do is to sleep and wake up,
Mhm.
help my family. So I wasn't really doing anything serious. So I really concentrated on my studies and I did everything I could. So receiving that kind of comments really made me felt bad. What's this? I know where I'm coming from. So after sending that mail to the man now called me and said, no, this is not, it's not as if I want to discourage you or not. This is how you do things, this is how you do things and all. So from there I was able to attempt some of my this thing, my give answers to some of the questions that was given to us then. So that's then moving on, I got a job and I started earning in pounds. Hey, that's when I said, okay, I'm now happy that I've moved here because when you first earn your first, even if it's 500 or 600 or 700, you're like, wow, I started earning in pounds. So after earning in pounds, I realized that okay, how many days will I work to earn this money in Nigeria after convert? Because I remember that time I used to convert. Before I even spend any money, I will first convert it to naira.
So you had that sickness to conversion disease.
Oh my god! I just stopped that thing. Before I purchase anything, I will
Conversion
convert that money
disease.
to naira. So then, let me say, I was really happy that I moved to UK because why are we here? It's to make money,
Yes, so.
the peace of mind, the security, and
Yeah.
what have you,
Yeah.
name it. So I think I'm happy and I didn't regret it.
So
Yeah.
what is that one experience that I mean something you've seen here in the UK, maybe at work or maybe in your neighborhood that has been like which kind thing be this same?
My dear, racism.
Hmm.
When I was in Kotiam, sorry, Kotiam is in Hall here. When I was in Kotiam, it's so bad that when you are going on the street and they are coming in front of you, they will cross because they don't even want to sight you. And at times I would just feel like, am I wearing something that is bad or now black I black? It's the same blood that is running in our vein.
Yeah.
In places of work too, I experienced it. I remember my first time I was just crying. I got home that day and I was just crying. I told my husband, I was like, no, I don't think I'll go back to that place. I'm going to submit a resignation. He said it's the same everywhere.
Hmm.
I told my one of my friends in school, and she also told me her own experience. I'm just like, wow, this woman, I didn't do anything.
Hmm.
It's not as if I did anything, and she would just be nagging, saying all sort of things and all. And I'm not like, what is it all about? I say, okay, so this is the definition of racism.
Hmm.
Wow.
And I think people who work in the care,
In
who
the
are
care sector.
healthcare workers,
Mm.
they are more prone to racism. Shout out to people who are working as healthcare workers, you guys are the real goat. Like you are the real goat. And for people that always say that, oh, I cannot work as a care worker, you guys are just being insensitive.
I've
Because
not,
I've always seen such posts that people say, oh, I can't work as a care worker. I don't feel clean. That is the most insensitive thing, the most nonsense thing someone who can set camera
and say such a
and
thing.
come online and say. It's not even it's just a very insensitive
To me, in one way
thinking.
or the other, you've even cared for people in Nigeria.
Mm,
Don't you have parents? Don't you have grandparents? So in one way or the other, there was one time my dad was sick, and I was the one taking care of my dad.
mm.
Like when I mean taking care of my dad, he was not able to stand up. I was the one doing everything for him. So have I not cared for him? So you will now come to UK and start forming, I can't do care, I can't do this, I can't. So, and some of us will even be lying, I'm doing support, I'm not doing care.
And the
My
most painful
dear,
thing
you are
is our
caring.
fellow Nigerians that are saying such things. In this place, work is work.
Work is work.
Work is work. Whether you're a gardener, you're a cleaner, you respect. It's Nigeria. We do all those things. That you don't respect your cleaners because they're a cleaner. You don't respect your messenger because you think they are lower to you. Or because you think someone that is a vendor that is doing something for you. You think because you're giving them money, you are better than them.
No, no one is
Here,
better off.
work is work, and you respect people
You respect me. UK is even a leveler.
regardless. As in,
It's a leveler. You can't.
regardless of what you're doing, you respect people. So you're not coming online and setting camera and say, "Oh, you cannot work as a healthcare worker." If God has done it for you and did it that you didn't work as a healthcare worker, fine
Fine.
and good. Thank God for that grace. But those who are doing their job diligently, don't. That is very demeaning. So don't just come online and just say things like that. So how do you want them to feel? What do you want? Someone that is working as a healthcare that is cleaning other people's ears. How do you want them to feel? What are you trying to say? So I think Nigerians just stop being
We
insensitive
need to stop
and
it. Yeah.
just be mindful of the things you come online to say. It's really not nice at all.
Even
So
cleaners in this place, you respect them. Regardless of anybody's job,
Yeah.
you respect them.
yeah, you respect people regardless.
Anything bringing food to the table,
Yeah,
please respect such person. Respect such job. Yeah.
yeah, true. I said like the most painful thing is I feel like when you come to somewhere, when you come to the UK, you try to, get yourself, immerse yourself in like the culture. But I realize sometimes we Nigerians we still bring some kind of attitude from Nigeria. We still bring it to the UK, and you know, I mean, Nigerians, let's just do better.
Yeah.
Let's do better. So for me, I would say one of the experiences. I mean, the experience I had, it's very similar to yours. Very, very, very,
Know how you'll be in this UK without having that experience.
it's just the same thing. So when we came, we were fortunately for us, my husband's brother lives here in Hull, so we were living with them.
Okay.
So when we came, the intention was okay, we are going to stay with them for a while just to stabilize before we start looking for our own place. So what was meant to be like maybe a 3 month stay became like a 6-7 month stay. So I'll also be doing a shout out to my family. Broke baby daddy Shemilore and
you
mommy
so
Shemilore of Top's Kitchen.
Top's Kitchen.
Top's Kitchen, Olderness Road.
Yeah.
The realest of the realest.
And jollof rice is.
Imagine someone in the UK housing a whole family of 3 for 6-7 months. You can imagine what that was like. Looking for house, we could not get a place. Why? Because I wasn't working, and my husband work was 0 hours, so he was working with agencies. So most agencies, they don't consider that as a permanent job. They consider it a temporary job because it's actually not. So they said because of your job, they won't give you house. Some will even ask you to pay 6 months.
That's another
Hey, Joe.
bad experience.
Hey, Joe, where do I want to
face.
get 6 months from house rent? That is not what I. So that was a one big experience. It became a prayer point that God had begged now. Now we'll see house. At the end of the day, the way the house now even happened, the way it was just easy. And
Wow.
some of those experiences are the things that have taught me that why worry? Why worry when God will just do it when it is time? When it is the set time, God will do it. So we can keep praying, we can keep asking,
Mm.
but not worry. The Bible says that how many of us can, by worrying, add one, was it 1 year or 1 day into our years? You
Yes.
cannot, you will keep worrying. At the end of the day, what would that worry do? So just keep waiting, keep asking, keep praying. God will do it at the set time.
Yeah, there are
At
some
the
things
set
that
time, it happened.
they are beyond. There is nothing you can do to it. So
Not at
why
all.
are you now worried about it?
Yeah.
I remember that time to also face this accommodation stuff. We were looking for houses we could not get. Thank God, it was even Doctor too that also helped us.
Yeah.
Doctor Alabi. I don't know. Is there anything I can ever say in this my journey in this UK without
Yeah.
mentioning Doctor
Yeah. The
Alabi?
people that have helped
No.
us. Yeah.
Without
Yeah.
mentioning Auntie Shola, no, I don't think there's anything I can ever say. My
Yeah.
success story is not complete without mentioning them.
Yes.
Accommodation, getting accommodation is not easy. It's
Mm.
not. It's not easy at all. And I was also worried about it. Why am I worried? It's not as if I can go and meet anybody and say, okay, please give me this. I want to rent it. So, but when God wanted to make it happen, everything
Mm-hmm.
just happened, and I was just like, wow, is this what I was worried about?
Mm. So I mean, when we came to the UK, then too, it was like, I mean, just like you said, I wasn't working, and I didn't start earning proper money until last year March. Since I came to
Even
the
at
UK
that.
since 2022, although I was working as a student ambassador back then, but
Yeah.
it was not like it was. Sometimes I get just maybe £100 at the end of the
But you
month.
were still very happy that at least something is coming
Something
in.
is coming in. At least we're surviving. We're surviving on that. So
What I would just say is that in UK it get better. It only
yes,
gets better if you are
yes.
serious, if you are focused, you
Mm,
really know what you are doing, and you really know what you want to go for. If you
mm,
know what you want, it will only get better, and
mm.
that's it.
Yeah.
I'm
Silly.
still on maternity leave for now. Please, I need to breathe. Let me breathe. I'm still on mat leave. I can't think of anything now. Because I
Yeah.
mean, when I wanted to go for my mat leave, there are so many things I had planned. I said I was going to do this, I was going to do that. But
That's all.
then it's not easy.
At all. It's
I
not.
just
It's not.
realized that waking up, ability to take care of my baby, take care of
It's an
myself
achievement.
is an achievement.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
that's it.
At least just one step at a time.
Yeah, that's it.
Every day we set the goal. If we're able to achieve it, all glory to God. If not, another day is there.
Yeah.
Another day, another opportunity for us to achieve that goal, achieve that dream we
That
have.
milestone.
Yes, exactly that milestone. So we'll keep moving. That's one thing we just have to keep doing. Keep moving. In this UK, there is opportunity for growth. I've done things in this UK that I cannot even say that I could do 1% of it in Nigeria, back in Nigeria. So we just keep moving. Yeah. So I think that is going to be it for today.
See you next time.
And don't forget, if you want to take a picture, baby bump picture, your pre-wedding picture or anniversary picture, birthday picture for your
Baby
kids, yeah,
dedication.
baby dedication, everything, photography, media. Don't forget to contact Raf to See Studios. And if you need a studio where you could do your something like this, you can come to Raf to See Studio. Okay? And we'll see you next
Next time.
time. Bye.